welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And if you are ready, it is time to plan for this year's Hampton Cup Regatta and coming out to support all of these super fast boats on Mill Creek. So here to tell us all about it are two of the organizers, Lisa Adkins and Kraig. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
How long have you guys been doing this? I see your faces every year, don't I?
Well, personally, we're probably 50.
I started in 2000.
Yeah, and I was in 2005, so it's been a while.
Well, technically, she's been out there since 60-ish.
You were involved when you were a little kid, right?
Yeah, my first race, I was 5 months old, but I don't remember much about that
No.
one. Yeah.
But how long has this race been going on? Because, you know, my memory is actually a very short amount of the time this thing's been around. Even
92 years, yeah. I'm not
even
92,
longer than
but
you,
even
right?
longer than me. But yeah, I've only got like 50 some in, but yeah, this is our 92nd running, and we're very, very proud of that because we're continuous too. There's been no breaks in the action with us.
Which is really kind of amazing when you think about weather and wars and all the kinds of things that can disrupt a
That is
schedule,
one of our
like
claims.
funding.
That is one of our claims of fame. You know, they're oldest continuously running motorsport of any type in the country. The best of our knowledge is research we've been able to do.
So older than NASCAR, older than...
About the
To
one
the
that we're not
best
older
of our
is not.
knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're close right there with NASA. You know, NASA hit 100 years this year, so we're right somewhere in there. They go fast with planes, we go fast with boats.
It is, you know, an icon in Hampton. It is one of those annual events that people love. It's a crowd pleaser.
It's multi-generational, not just with the racing families themselves, but with families in Hampton. There's people that you go out there and you may not see these people but once a year, but that's where they are. And it's just amazing to watch how moms have children and then those children grow up and all of a sudden we've got second and third and fourth generation of fans and racers out there.
Well, you guys are, I mean, it's the Fast and the Furious. I mean, it is an exciting, not that watching a sailboat race isn't exciting, but if you're on the shore and not participating, you know, it's not happening quite as much.
We're a little louder than sail, too.
It's a lazy, slow kind of event. There's nothing lazy and slow about what happens when your boats hit the water.
Not at all.
Raw energy, raw adrenaline. Just like NASCAR, you know, we've got open pits. You can come down and check the boats out, talk to the drivers, the owners. They like to show off their toys. And one of the things we're going to be able to do this year, too, to help show things off is we'll have a kickoff party at Finch Craft Brewery on Friday night, the 22nd. We'll have a boat on display. We'll have some music going. They'll have the food trucks out, and of course, you know, some of the best things that Finch puts out.
Oh, that'll be fun.
We're looking forward to that. That's new this year that we're partnering with them, so we're real excited about that.
Well, let's talk about dates because I think you're always in September. Is that true?
Usually in August.
Usually in August, but you bumped to all the way to September.
Yeah, we started looking at some things, started listening to, you know, some of the racers, some of our spectators, and August is hot.
Yeah.
You know, we've been on the bridge when it's been 105 degrees.
Yeah.
So we took a hard look at it last year. So you know what? We looked at the tides. We can move out to September. So we decided to move out to September 23rd and 24th. Everything else is the same. We still have our children's area down there. We're actually partnering with the Fort Monroe YMCA to help bump up the area down there to keep the kids entertained. We have our car show still going. We have our food out there. We'll have pizza, barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs. Coca-Cola's coming in as our non-alcoholic food sponsor. We've got our, non-alcoholic drink sponsor.
Right.
M-Price is coming out with things they do best out there on the bridge. We have our sponsorship tents out there as well. We are bringing in some new sponsors with Wind Ford Volvo, Liberty Tax, the Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home Group came out. They came out and just said they're interested.
Local folks
A lot of
who
locals.
are kicking in that important sponsorship because without that, you're an all-volunteer group.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, it takes a lot to put this on.
The City of Hampton, number one. I mean, we can't do. You know, we are Hampton Cup Regatta, and they're the first and foremost. You know, we're actually going to come out to City Council a couple times between now and the race. Want to express our gratitude and kind of give them an update where things are at. We actually got Donnie Tuck in a boat last year. Out on our flag lap, and he had a great time. I kind of talked to him a few weeks ago. And
he is a good sport. He will try.
He'll try it. I asked him if he was interested in doing it again this year. He kind of gave me that, quite sure look.
Well, so let's talk about that just for a minute, because if the city is one of your sponsors, and
Yes.
it's not a ton of money, I will say that, but we let you close down the bridge.
Right.
There is some sponsorship because of some of the things we as a city get back. How many people attend this event?
Through a perfect weekend, say about 25,000. Is that right?
Probably, yeah, probably so. But we get a tremendous amount of support from the folks out at Fort Monroe.
Yeah, Glenn Oder and those folks.
And then the other one who's been with us for a very long time, there's two other people that I always like to mention. One of them is Old Point National Bank, who has always come through for us, and Lockwood Brothers. Lockwood has been there.
Oh, you need them. That's not cash.
We can't function.
You
We can't
cannot
function without Lockwood, and they have been there with whatever we need, whenever we need, since the 40s. So they are probably our oldest continuous sponsor when it comes to this event. And it, again, just the people at Fort Monroe, the people in the city of Hampton, everybody is so positive and so supportive. We could not do it without the support we get.
That's wonderful. And y'all fill up a couple hotels because
do. Yep.
every one of your racers brings crew members,
Right.
family members,
Right.
friends.
Average crew probably brings about 6 to 8 folks with them, between family and drivers and owners and people who just want to come watch.
Just support.
Yeah.
And of course, the RV park at Fort Monroe
RV
is a
park fills up.
wonderful location.
does.
That's like a, concentration of all the folks there, and they don't have as far to go. And
Right. And like I said, Fort Monroe they open up a complete parking lot area for us that we use as our pit area, and it's just amazing the way everything seems to come together. So we've got great cooperation from HPD. We could not ask to be in a better location and have better support than what we do.
well, we love you. And there is this dedicated viewing area, which is the bridge. Which bridge is it? Mercury
Mercury Boulevard.
Mercury Boulevard Bridge going into Fort Monroe. But you can see this from a lot of places. I mean, you can't always see the finish line or the full race, but there's a lot of places along Mill Creek on this side and along that Fort Monroe area
Stillwell.
where you
We-
can pop in and watch for a little while.
We actually put grandstands on the bridge, which is the absolute best place to watch.
Yeah.
Let me stress
Yeah.
that. You can
It
watch from different
really is,
perspectives,
yeah.
but that is the best place to watch from. We also put some grandstands over at Turn 1, right beside the old tennis courts that are on Stillwell. We do close Stillwell down in its entirety for the length of the race, for sitting and breaking out equipment as well as during operations. But I just can't stress enough. I always say we had the best water. We had the best viewing of any venue on the East Coast.
And you've been to a lot, and there's a
Yep.
lot of competing races, and that's the other piece of why Hampton Cup is still around. It's a great location, great viewing, wonderful folks. You guys take good care of the racers.
We've got the best of everything. If someone looked down and said, we need a perfect place to hold a boat race, Mill Creek, Fort Monroe, Mercury Boulevard, Hampton, it is perfect because of the extended viewing area that we have on the bridge. You can see everything from every angle. The water is protected almost all the way around, and it's very much a record-setting course. Hence another reason for moving into cooler weather,
Well,
because
that's
we've
really
got
interesting. I didn't think about that. So cooler weather is going to
less humidity.
Yeah.
less humidity. The boats will be faster.
It's more conducive to the engine speeds. It's less water in the air and more water in the water is great for them.
So you're just cutting through there faster. The engines are performing optimally. How fast? Let's talk about speeds. We've said fast, but
Well, some of the bigger boats are going to be well over 100 miles an hour on the water, and our straightaway speeds have been probably excess of 130. So that's pretty darn fast, considering that you got to slow back down and make a turn.
Yeah.
So
When you see them bump around, you can appreciate how much they are slowing down.
Yeah.
You see those rooster tails start flying, and you know that they're getting it.
That's what that means. See,
That's yeah, exactly. I mean, because what you'll see is that spray of water that's coming off the back of the
I love
boat.
that.
That's a rooster tail. And the cool thing about it is, if you're standing on the bridge and the wind blows a certain way, you get a little mist on your face.
and you need that some days.
Some
Yeah,
days you do.
that's
Some
a
days you
wonderful
do.
thing.
But I mean, you can't, without actually being in the boat, you can't be more involved than that. So.
Okay, so when is this year's dates?
September 23rd and 24th. We are going to start racing a little bit earlier. Again, that tide is a factor. We're shooting for getting the boats on the water at 10:30 a.m.
Oh, that's nice, actually.
Which in
yeah.
years past we've shot for noon, but
Right.
we want to make sure we have plenty of water. because we're hoping for a higher boat count always. So we make sure we have the time to run the race the way it needs to be ran. Because safety is a factor, and we do need a minimum depth out there in the creek. And we never want to see an accident, but in case there is, and then we do have a flip, if the rescue guys need to get under the boat to get the driver out, that minimum water is needed.
Right. Safety
first.
Absolutely.
And we do have the best safety crew in Region 4 for APBA. They actually will go out to other regions. They're asked to go to other regions to help work their races.
You guys know what you're doing. I mean,
After a couple of years, you kind of figure out what works. And we're always willing to try out a few different things, keep things that work. And if they don't, we said, okay, we tried it and move on. Last year, we did bring a little bit of music out on the bridge during the races. We're going to do that again this year. We're still finalizing a few of those folks that are going to be there.
It is like a festival on that bridge,
it is.
right?
Yeah, we like to think so. We got our own little, our pocket, and everything is very conducive to an event like that.
Now, do you charge?
No,
admission?
It's a free admission.
No. It is free.
Right.
That's really amazing.
We're probably one of the last events of any kind that is free admission of this sort. I mean, any kind of racing event.
Gosh, yeah, you pay to go.
Right, and that's one of the reasons why we're out there beating the streets to get sponsors to come in. And your sponsors, some of them come to us and say, we want to be with you. Some of them we kind of entice them a little bit. Bayport Credit Union's coming this year as well. Atlantic Communications, the radio group down in Copeland Park, they've been supplying our radios as an in-kind service for us for a few years now. And those are all local Hampton homegrown folks. I went to high school with Leslie and Laura out there. And Leslie's son Randall, he brings out his demonstrator car because they actually outfit police cars, that kind of thing. They'll be down there at the car show. But we can't do this event without a couple things. Our volunteers, which we're always thankful for our volunteers. Sometimes we have an abundance of them. Sometimes we're asking a lot of them, but we can't run it without it. We go all year long planning everything, but at the end of and when the result comes, it all comes together. We have about a need for about 250 volunteer slots.
Oh, wow.
Some of them come out and stay all weekend with us.
Right,
Some of them come out for their 4 hours. Thank you, and we really appreciate those. But and the other thing we can't do without are the sponsors, because this is not it's a free event, but it's not the free to put on. We do have expenses with the tents and the equipment, the grandstands, the off-duty police officer out there from a safety factor, that kind of thing, and it just all comes together miraculously. It's like Christmas, and it's not Christmas in August anymore. It's gonna be Christmas in September.
So you're encouraging people to support those sponsors.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We're not supposed to bring coolers onto that bridge, right? We're
Correct.
supposed to buy
Right.
from the sponsors to help offset the cost, and that's a trade-off. When you're not charging admission, you've got to recoup those costs some way.
Right, and that's why we do have those food trucks out there, and we have that's a barbecue, Papa John's Pizza. We'll have an outfit out there doing the burgers and hot dogs, stuff like that. Coca-Cola, and we also have Kona Ice out there.
Okay.
That is why we don't allow the outside coolers. I mean, if someone comes in with a child and they've got a diaper bag.
If you've got formula, that's a different situation.
Or special dietary needs, that's all completely understandable. We just have to check. And we have our security team out there. They're more of a safety patrol kind of thing. If anybody ever needs any assistance, we're right there. Fortunately, last year we did have someone who got overcome by the heat, one of our vendors, and they were right on it. Hampton Fire and Rescue came right down, took care of her, got her transported.
And hopefully that won't happen. I mean, I think the September date is
That's why we're always watching.
And from a city perspective, I don't think we mind that you're extending the weekend festival season into the end of September. I think that's wonderful, because a lot of people come in August anyway.
Right.
But this is going to bring visitors at a time when our hotels maybe weren't as full and people aren't thinking about Hampton as a destination. So that's a good thing.
The other thing that's going on this year is that we have a wonderful relationship with the folks out at Langley Speedway, with Chuck and Bill and everybody out there. And so we just want to say we're so glad they're back. We are so glad that Langley's back. So we're going to have a little presentation out there in a couple weeks, but they're wonderful to work with. So we just want everybody to know, come watch us race on the water during the day, go to Langley Saturday night, and then come back and spend Sunday with us.
And that makes it a great weekend for visitors too. Yeah, because there's a natural you know, the speed factor, the racing factor, a lot of the same fans, you've got crossovers, and you've got some folks on your board, don't you, on your volunteer organization?
Yes.
From the Speedway, so
Right.
everybody can support each other.
Right.
We partner in with Chuck and Bill, as Lisa mentioned. Yeah, we're constantly touching base with them. They're going to hopefully have a few cars on display out there. I know a couple of the racers that come out independently, you know, to be part of the car show and display. But yeah, it helps with our promotions, and like, you know, we're doing, you know, this spot here. We also do other things on. We'll have a commercial put together, go out on the main networks this year. Our in-kind sponsor for locally, again going back local.
Yep.
Sky 4. They're actually part of the Lockwood Broadcasting Group.
Oh, right.
So it ties back into our cream sponsor. And FM 99 you'll see commercials going out on those folks. And we just get the word out and get everybody to come up. We really like to try to focus on some folks from South Side, get them hooked in and come over.
It's so close. It is so close, you know?
Right.
Norfolk is closer to this
we can
than parts
see it.
of Newport News.
Yeah, we can see it from where we are. So
Yeah.
it's
Ocean View's
And
closer than Denby.
You know, you guys moving out of that summer season also means there's less tunnel traffic. It's going to be a lot easier to get back
Hope
and
so.
forth from Norfolk and Virginia Beach
Right.
for people who want to come for the day.
Right. Anybody can go to the beach.
Yeah,
you know?
you get tired of it, right? We're used to it. Okay, Kraig, I'm going to have you recap because the dates are different this year and the times are different.
Right. This year, we're going to be on September 23rd and 24th. We are planning to get boats on the water, start racing at approximately 10:30 a.m. So the bridge will open up at least by 10 o'clock. As you can come out, bring your chairs, bring your pop-ups, that kind of thing, and just have fun.
Yeah, and bring some money for food and drink.
Yeah, we will have mobile ATMs from ATM to go
there
out
you
there,
go. See,
right
you
on
don't
site.
have to bring the money
So
if
just
you
bring your ATM card and you'll be set.
Exactly. And then we have our limited edition Hampton Cup T-shirts, and we have our programs that we have every year.
And this
So-
is for all ages. You've got kids
Absolutely.
activities. You've got some hands-on stuff. There's the pit area where, you know, people can go, young and old.
Yep.
And then on Saturday, we've got a group coming over from the Hampton VA Hospital. We are always so pleased to host them. It's gentlemen who are over there who are veterans who sometimes don't get to really go anywhere and do anything else. So it's always just such an honor for us to have them over there too. And they'll be there Saturday.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that means a lot to me. I had a cousin that he was actually a resident over their spinal cord unit for many years before he passed. So that, again, it just a homegrown, family fun event that we're just absolutely proud of.
And still free.
Yes.
And still free.
Is a big deal. Well,
Bottom
thank you.
line.
Thank you guys so much. And I do hope to see you at the Hampton Cup Regatta. This is a truly Hampton event from start to finish that everybody of all ages can come enjoy. Thanks for watching.